Well, hey, Lisette,
Hi, Polly. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How about you?
I am doing fantastic. I'm excited about this morning recording about the
Yeah,
Rose Parade. So
yeah. And
let's get started. It's so
let's
exciting.
do it. I know it's going to be exciting. This is your second year to be the ambassador. Tell us a little bit. Just give us an overview of why you enjoyed it so much without going into the specific itinerary. We'll do that in a minute. Just kind of give me your thoughts and feelings about doing this again December 29th of this year.
Well, I tell you what, I grew up in California, and in all the years that I've been there, I would go to the Rose Parade every so often, but I never experienced what I did last year with the ladies, and we actually got to sit. We were literally within like feet from the floats and the bands, and it was just so exciting. The energy was something I've never felt before. It was just such a really neat thing to experience. So when you asked me to do it again this year, I was like, heck yeah. It
Well,
was
heck yeah.
amazing.
We said heck yeah too because you're a valued member of the Women of the Midwest team, and I guess I wasn't involved in sending you out there last year or how that happened, but you're quite the ambassador, Lisette. I don't know that
Thank
anybody
you.
knew that you had the skills that you displayed out there, and you knocked everybody's socks off. The guest
Oh,
surveys were phenomenal. They were almost
thank
tens
you.
all the way across, and of course our tour director that we work with out there, Kurt Tucker. His scores were through the roof. So y'all made an amazing team.
Yes. And I'll tell you, Kurt was amazing to work with. The care and the knowledge that he has about California in general. I mean, I learned things about places in California, even though I grew up there. I didn't even know half this stuff, and it was really really exciting. He's a wonderful tour director. He was very caring. He was just very very kind with the ladies. Usually we like having a woman tour director, but I'll tell you what, he was phenomenal. And he
Yeah.
has a wonderful bus driver that just took care of all of us. Our safety, of course, is important. And Chris, our bus driver, did an amazing job. Kurt did an amazing job. And behind the scenes, his team, his wife, she makes sure everything's ready for us when we get to point A to point B. It was just a great working experience. On top of course, being there with the ladies and seeing all the smiles on everybody's faces, and it was just a wonderful group. It really was.
That's great. Well, we've increased that. We haven't even gotten to the tour yet. Sorry, we're kind of prefacing this a lot, but we've increased our number because of the demand last year, right? We normally on our Women of the Midwest tours, we are pretty specific about taking 22 guests and no more. But Rose Parade, we felt like with the support of Kurt Tucker and his good team, and with you there again this year, that we could easily support and safely support a group of 40. So
Yes.
we've upped that number. We'll be just as comfortable because I think we'll be on a 54 passenger motor coach, which will be super roomy, and y'all will just have a wonderful time. Let's get into this tour.
Yes. And on that note, I want to add that because we're on the same motor coach and we have tour, Kurt with us on the tour, it really, I mean, it's going to feel like a lot, but because everything is so well organized, it will work. It'll just be so smooth. Everything will just work out so smoothly like it did last year. So I have no concerns whatsoever.
I don't either. I don't think we would have done it if we had any concerns. There is
Exactly.
your group from last year, and one of
Yes.
these pictures proves just how prepared Kurt Tucker is because he popped a wheelchair out of his bag of magic tricks when needed, didn't he? He just
Yes,
happened
he
to have a
did.
walker and a wheelchair for this
Yep.
lovely lady here in the front of this picture. Y'all look like you're having a blast.
Oh, that was in Hollywood, and they had so much fun. It was actually their idea. They're like, because I've been taking so many pictures, and they're like, hey, get one of us on this with this background. So I'm like, of course, I'm going to capture any moments of pictures because I love doing that. And
Yeah,
this
and
was
we
their
got a lot of
idea,
good
and they had a
pictures.
fun time.
Well, it looks like y'all are having fun. I regret that I'm not going this year. year. Maybe I'll try to get on that tour someday. Maybe
You
we'll take a
should.
couple of buses in 2025. So here's our basic itinerary. This doesn't look near as exciting as the tour actually is, but we're coming into Los Angeles and out of Los Angeles. One of the wonderful, you see big Redondo Beach there. And one of the most wonderful things about this tour, I think, is our beautiful waterfront hotel, the
Yes.
Portofino Marina Hotel. And it is, well, you can tell me all about it. Give us a few words on the hotel itself.
Here's what I've got. If you can see him, this
Oh,
is the little seal because the hotel, the Portofino Hotel, is actually on the beach, like you mentioned, waterfront. It's absolutely beautiful. It's more of a smaller boutique hotel, but with large amenities. The room, the lobby area where you can just hang out. And since it'll be December, the fireplace is lit. It goes from, all the way to the ceiling, tall, tall ceiling, absolutely beautiful. But the nice thing is we had amazing weather. I mean, we were very, very lucky. We had great weather, and you can open up your screen door in your room and listen to the seals. They were outside in the water, just it was just so cool. I just was in awe the whole time. I really
and
was.
there's
It was
not there's
beautiful.
not a lot of seals probably in the Midwest. Uh, so
Yeah, so
that'll be a new and
exactly.
exciting experience for the ladies. One of the things I love about this trip in California in particular is that we get to take so many Midwesterners who are typically farmer and rancher families, and we get them out seaside. And I
Yeah.
think that's so beautiful, and that's one of the reasons I love our hotel. So the second day, we're just going to kind of land in Los Angeles, and then the second day, though, we're going to do something that we didn't do last year. We're actually
Correct.
going to do a hands-on float decorating
Yes.
experience.
Yes, so last year, what we did was we went to view before the parade, and there was only about probably 4 or 5 floats that we were actually watching. You walk on this like platform above, we're in this big huge room, and well, it's not even a room, like a building, and that's where they have the floats, and they work on the workers, the volunteers work on them for hours. And so we got to walk on the platform and watch them do it. This year we had such an overwhelming request of
Mhm.
ladies that said it would have been nice to actually be involved in decorating the actual floats. So this year, Kurt made it happen for us, and
Of
we
course,
will be decorating a float. So
that
that
is
is really exciting.
that's going to be a fun experience. And after that, y'all are heading out to Warner Brothers Studio, which is where those pictures were taken last year.
Yes.
So that's
And
going to be another great experience. And then the next day, we're getting out on the water to do a harbor cruise, which would
yes,
be my favorite. Anytime I can get out on the water, I'm all in. So we'll get out on the water and do a harbor cruise, and then have a little different New Year's Eve party as well. We're going to have a dinner that night, and it's going to be beautiful at the tea room.
the tea room, we actually went last year, and I tell you, it's a family-owned husband and wife little tea like shop, but it's not really a shop. It's bigger than that. They just made the most amazing little desserts and little sandwiches, finger foods, just to try with. I don't even like tea. Let me tell you, I spent like almost $100 in tea
Oh
because
my
there was
goodness.
so much tea to choose from, and you sample the tea, and it was so nice. And they sell little teapots and teacups, and it was so beautiful. It was just so dainty, and it felt elegant. I mean, it's
I love
definitely
that.
something that women enjoy, and it was very, very beautiful, and I was so happy to be there. So I'm so happy we're doing that with the ladies this year.
We're going back there, and we will have a London New
Yes.
Year's Eve celebration, because they're going to be up a little early on January 1st. Lisa, what time did y'all get up last
Oh
year?
my gosh, I was up at actually 3 a.m. Just because I was down in the lobby, but we literally left, I believe it was 4:30, 4:45. We have to be on the bus because even though we have a parking pass for the bus, we have special seating tickets, we need to get to the parking spot.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if you have that ticket, we need to be there at a certain time, or they literally close the streets. So we may be leaving at 4 a.m. just to allow even more
Maybe
ample time.
so.
But
We're
the
going to
nice
feed
thing
them a
is
boxed breakfast. Those are going
exactly.
to have a nice box breakfast, and it's a good one, is what I
It was
understand.
so good. It was so much food. The ladies actually had it. Whatever they didn't finish, we actually had when we got back on the bus after the parade,
Oh,
just
a
as a
little
little
snack.
snack. There was
Perfect.
so
That's
much food in
perfect.
that box. It
So
was
you're
wonderful.
not done with floats yet. Even
No,
after the Rose Parade, you're still not done with floats. The next day, January 2nd, you're going to Float Fest in the morning.
yes.
And then what a beautiful way to wrap up that day at San Antonio Winery.
Yes, and I'll tell you, we didn't do that last year, and I'm happy that that's part of our itinerary this year because you truly get to go up. And I know we'll be working on the floats, but we're only going to be working on one float. This is going to be where all of the floats are going to be lined up, and we get to go up to each one. You get to see all the details. I mean, it's amazing the detail of what they use to make it look like. I remember last year, one of the floats had horses and it was beautiful and they used coffee beans
Oh
for the
my
horse and you're
goodness.
like, oh gosh, that makes sense. It's just amazing what they use. Everything they use is like has something to do with either flowers or it was just really incredibly. I mean, it was a learning curve for sure. You learn all this stuff and it's amazing the creativity that goes into this. So
It,
I'm
it,
excited that we get to see that.
it must have been 10 billion coffee beans to make some
It was
horses,
a
I
lot.
bet you. I wonder what the counts are. Y'all will have to ask some good questions next year and find out. But
Yes.
you've got, I love your backdrop there, Lizette. I feel like
Thank
you're in the
you.
Rose Parade already. Is that one of the floats that you saw last year?
This was a float last year. It was the Queen of the Rose Parade and her court. And oh, it was so pretty. I mean, all of the floats were gorgeous, and we were literally like 10 feet from them. So you
Oh
are
my
looking at it
gosh.
so close. And I was able to get us amazing seats again. We
You
had
started
such
early,
amazing seats.
Lizette.
Yes, I
We've
did.
had those tickets for quite a
We
while
did.
already.
Yeah, the minute they opened up the offices, I had our tickets secured. So we
You sure
have the
did.
same seats and they're amazing. Like I
I
wouldn't change a thing of where we're located, where we're sitting or anything.
It's all just perfect. There's some more pictures from last year, that big monkey and elephant and giraffe, and then more from the group and the Portofino Hotel there right on the marina. And then are y'all riding around on that cute cart at Warner
Yes,
Brothers?
that is what I was going to mention. So we had two of them for our group. I'd say for this group, we'll probably have four.
Yeah.
But it's so nice because it's such a huge studio. You can't, I mean, you can probably walk it, but we're not going to. And it's really nice because they take us around in this cart. We'll have our own personal driver on each of those. They're like oversized golf carts, it looks like, and
Yeah.
they're very nice. And they take us to a few of the studios where they actually film some shows. And then they have an area where you can shop afterwards. And that's where they have the set of the Friends show. And then,
Oh,
of course, they have other
dun,
stuff,
dun,
but I
dun,
don't want to
dun,
give
dun,
too much
dun,
away.
dun.
Yes, it's really a neat tour. I mean,
Oh,
it is
good.
such a neat tour. So I know the ladies will enjoy this a lot.
That will be. And it looks like everybody's got long sleeves and maybe a little sweater there. So that we'll talk about packing in our
Yeah.
documents meeting, but it looks like that might be a thing to bring a little sweater.
Yep. So
So,
I actually bought this jacket, if you
oh
can
yeah,
see it.
let's see it.
And it's my this
Ooh,
right here.
that's swanky.
Yep, and it's light, but it's warm enough to, California weather in December. We literally had such nice weather. You just want to layer up, but like you said, we'll talk about it at the
Oops, you
document
froze
day.
up on us. There you go.
Yeah, but it gets warm because we're
Excellent. Well, you
walking.
froze up for just a minute.
Yes,
Terrific. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the prices. We've got the package price of $39.95 per person in a shared double room. We've got $49.95 if you just like your space and you'd like to be alone. Now, we have a pair and share program that we do very well. We match you up with a roommate, but we will not just tell you who your roommate is. We'll match you up in advance so that you can talk on the phone and we encourage you to talk about some of the more difficult things. Do you get up super early or do you get up late? Do you shower in the morning or do you shower in the evening? And we'll get you to talk about those things to make sure that you're ideal pair for roommates. Now, this price includes a ton of stuff, Lisette. It's all
Yes.
5 nights at the Portofino, 5 breakfasts, 3 lunches, and 2 dinners. That is a lot of inclusions, in my opinion. And then,
Yes.
of course, all of the admissions things, all of the admissions and our good seats that you mentioned, the baggage handling at the hotel, and our Women of the Midwest ambassador, which is you.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So I have to share another thing with you. Um, that one of the ladies that was on our tour last year, I mean, I feel like that group, just everyone really united. There were a lot of, people that went together as a group, but then we all became one big group because it's like a sisterhood.
Yes.
Everyone was so genuinely sweet and kind and just had a good time. But about a month ago, one of the ladies put together a book for me. Can you see it? Are you able
Hold
to
it
see it?
really still for a minute.
Yeah.
I
Can
cannot
you?
see it. I can just see,
No.
no, I can't.
There.
So, oh, there it is. Okay. Yes. It looks like a picture book.
Yes, and she put this together for her sister, but then she also sent it to me,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it was the most sweetest thing. I mean, it was a beautiful gift, and it has all of the places that we went to. And let me see if you can actually. So it
There
has
you
all
go.
the places, and then she put a little description of each place we went to. I mean, this book has a lot of pages. I can't turn
Wow.
over, but that was so sweet. But that's the kind of,
It's the kind of
you know,
people we draw.
yes, and you truly, this is a bucket list for you. I would highly suggest you to sign up and come join us because it was truly such a unique thing. I mean, I grew up in California and didn't even do this. I've never done this. So
Right.
to be able to do this is beautiful.
You know, Lisa, I was on a document meeting the other day with Women of the Midwest, and almost every single one of those travelers had been on 3, 4, or 5 of our Women of the Midwest tours. And I think it's because of what you just highlighted, the sisterhood that starts and then it just never goes away. These people have traveled. One of the ladies said, "Hey, I know you from the Mississippi cruise." And the
Yep.
other lady said, "Yeah, I remember you." And it just starts this kind of new lifetime friendships.
Well,
And
you already go into this, and especially the parent share if you need someone, which is
mhm,
such a brilliant, brilliant concept because sometimes you don't have friends that enjoy certain places to travel. So the fact that we offer that and you get to speak to the person, you're not put in a room as
yes,
a surprise. You know what you're getting into. But I'd say probably 9 out of 10, if not 10 women who share a room end up staying friends and they now travel with us even though
right,
they may live in different states. I think that's just such a nice, it's a testament of what we do. It's a testament of what people are looking for. Ladies are looking for someone
it
to,
is.
to go on a trip and not feel like you're alone. And you truly won't with us.
Right. And I believe that wholeheartedly. And so does our entire team. We're all in on our own concept. And it's because of our founder, Ann Fulby, and she developed this years ago. And it's been very, very successful. And we're in a huge, huge growth spurt, Lizette.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm thinking that the Rose Parade will probably draw new lady travelers to Women of the Midwest. We can accommodate you from anywhere in the United States. And Lisette, you would know a little bit about that because you
Yes.
are also our air agent
Yes, and
that
I
we,
am happy to don't put off calling us or inquiring because you don't live in the middle, in the Midwest. It doesn't matter. You
no,
can live anywhere in the US. Heck, if you're out of the country and you want to come join us, I will get you to where you need to get to because I do take care of all the group air. I'm happy to do whatever I can so that you can make sure you arrive at the same time, if not meet up with the group, depending on where you're coming from, so that you're traveling with the group. And then we'll all start our journeys together.
that's right. You got great air on this particular trip.
Yes.
Group contracts or group contracts, and you're very good at getting them. But this was a doozy. We leave at 4 o'clock in the afternoon from Omaha. We're there before dark. It's 5:45 in the afternoon, and then when we come back, we're at 9:54. Y'all will be home by 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes.
For those of you flying out of Omaha. But of course, we do assist with air from any city in the U.S. or abroad. Lisa has a great range of skills regarding that. So don't worry about wherever you're coming from or how many people you have that want to come with you. I would encourage newbies. I think this is a great trip for newbies to Women of the
Yes.
Midwest. It's a bigger group and a bigger opportunity to meet new friends to travel with on some of our other journeys. So the deposit is due, non-refundable. It's due pretty soon. Then the balance, or it's due right now. The balance is due August 29th. So you've
Yes.
got a little time between that, and then we'll do travel documents 3 weeks prior. I encourage everyone, especially in this day and age, to please get travel insurance. We sell it at the office. You can ask the girls about it when you book, but you don't have to take your insurance with us. There, you can do it through your own insurance company or another travel insurance company.
Yeah,
And
just buy one.
just buy one. It
Yeah.
is important. And we have a video on insurance now that we're happy to email out to you in case you want to know why insurance is so important in travel today. But these are your beautiful pictures from last year. I just look out over that water and wish I were
Oh,
going with you. But the thing I'm really happy with is that you are going to be our escort again this year
thank
because
you.
you and Kurt Tucker and the behind the scenes team with him and the behind the scenes team with us, we're unbeatable. I have
Oh,
to
yeah,
say it.
absolutely, and it
So
will be a trip of a lifetime for anyone who's never done this and has always thought about it. It looks beautiful on TV, but boy, in person, those floats are spectacular. They're
it's
like they'll just your mouth will be dropped open. You're like, "I can't believe what I'm looking at." And some
it's
of this, they move, and
right.
it's
They're
there was a
animated.
piano. There was one that was and the piano was all roses, and it was making sounds, and it was so creative. It's just beautiful, and the
It is.
weather
It's
was
art.
gorgeous, so
It's art on
I'm
wheels.
gonna I'm gonna request for good weather for this one too.
Thank you very much. Your requests seem to go through. So you all please call or email us. Call it 888-549-1186, or you can go just straight to the website and book www.womenofthemidwest.com and go to our journeys tab. Don't get lost in our 50 tours that we will have in 2025 for Women of the Midwest. We will have 50 beautiful full tours going out. But look at the end of 2024 for the Rose Parade and book your trip there. Hey,
And come
Lisette,
join me, and
yeah.
we'll just have the most amazing time. You'll smell so many roses. It's just gonna smell so pretty. It's
When
like
they say
crazy.
stop and smell the roses, this
Yes,
is your tour.
that is definitely what we're gonna do.
Great. All right,
Thank you,
Lisette,
Polly.
thank you so much. We're excited to have you back and so happy that you're a part of this wonderful team that we have working
Thank
on
you.
Women of the Midwest. So we'll
Thank you, thank you.
see you again soon.
See you later. Bye, everyone.